Kingdom people, they feel like you are confident because God protects you. They feel like you are confident because God protects you. And here's the thing. Because you know that God protects you, that does bring confidence to you. Yes. But they feel like it's a problem. They feel like it's kind of like this. You know how these people think. The only reason why they confident is because God protect them. And I'm just literally, while I was saying that, what I was hearing is men do that too. Oh, those men that are not necessarily manly men in their ways, they be thinking that too. And this was my question when God brought this to me. And what's wrong with that? Well, what's wrong with it for them is that, first of all, they upset because you protected, because they can't do nothing with you because you protected. I'm reminded of Job. The devil had an attitude because Job was protected. Listen, the devil told God, well, the reason why he follow you and, he trusts you so is because you give him everything, because you do everything for him, because you bless him. Like, duh. That's more reason to honor God, to trust him, to walk with him, because he does take care of you. Duh. But of course the enemy was acting like it was something wrong with that. But see, God had a trick up his sleeve. Not that it was really a trick, but you know how the devil always think he got a trick up his sleeve. God got something for that. And so, yeah, God like, okay, all right, I'm going to take my hand off of him. And he took his hand off of him, but he really didn't take his hand off of him. But he took it, he moved back to allow the enemy to do what he do, because he wanted to show the devil, Job not getting ready to curse me, which is what I'm saying. Yes, you are confident because God protects you. You also confident because God loves you. You also confident because who he is in you and who you are in him. You confident too because he's done so much for you. He's shown himself to you. He's shown himself to be a provider. Yes, a protector too. Absolutely. He's always brought you through, even when you had to go through. It always works out for you because God is there. So yes, you do have confidence in God. And yes, you have confidence because he protects you. You have confidence that you can move about and do what you need to do as long as you're upright before him. And he's watching over you. In other words, you don't have to walk around fearful. Now, you be cautious and careful, but you're not fearful. You're not all anxious. Don't mean you don't have anxious moments, but you get what I'm saying, kingdom people. Yes, that does bring a level of confidence. Absolutely. And they feel a way about it. They feeling like the only reason why you confident is because God protects you. But they only feel like that because they see how confident you are. And they realize they can't break your confidence or anything else in you or your life, because they have come to the realization that God protects you. Now, the other side of that is they don't have that protection. Therefore, they don't have that confidence. They can't walk around confident that they protected. Now, here's the thing. They were arrogant in their foolishness. And what is going on, kingdom people, truth be told, God is humbling them. I'm hearing life is humbling them. But ultimately, that's God humbling them. And that's part of why they feel away, because they understand that they don't have that protection you have. And here's the thing, you've gone through life too. You're going through life right now. But it's how you handle life that makes the difference. And yes, you handle life confidently because you know that God is with you. And so that's the whole real thing here. God is with you. Yes, he protects you, but he's with you. You have confidence because God is with you. And yes, he protects you. I just have to reinforce that. And so I was thinking this morning, I was listening to something this morning while I was getting myself together. And this person was sharing how they was going through something at one point in their life a few years ago or so, and how people were ridiculing them because they were saying they didn't really have any money, they were broke, they were trying to find their way, and how people was clowning them. And every time I hear something like that, it really blow me, because part of what you do is find your way. Part of what you do in life is go through things. It's part of life. And so while I was listening to him, I just had a little moment. I had to pause him. Get my little finger and pause and say my stuff. Because I think it's very interesting. And this had never occurred to me to write in that moment. It's something about people ridiculing you, kingdom people. Listen to me. As I've already stated, it's not uncommon for people to go through things, for people to be at a lower place before they begin to, improve their life. That's just part of how it go. But it's something that happens when it comes to you. And what that something is, okay, let me say it this way. Joe Blow over there can be at a low place. He can be broke. But ain't nobody ridiculing him. Ain't nobody ridiculing Joe Blow or Sally Sue. They're not being ridiculed. But when it comes to you, they ridicule you. Why is that? In that moment, when I was listening to this young man, it occurred to me, because you're God's chosen, you're God's anointed. Whether they know that or not, the devil certainly do. So people come for you for being normal, so to speak, for, you having a moment in life. And a lot of times, especially when you're younger, you're finding your way. Duh. Now some people, they just get in there and kick the door down and they doing their thing. Okay. But oftentimes for God's anointed and chosen, they go through some things. Now, the only reason why you've been ridiculed is because God is with you, because God is protecting you, because you're God's anointed, because something is going to come out of all of this, like something very significant, because God has anointed you and called you for a purpose. And so the ridiculing is to discourage you, to beat you down, to break your confidence. And what ends up happening, you find your way through all that. You even be looking crazy. Because I know I have, when I've been aware that people were on one. Like, I just always thought it was dumb. It's like, it's weird to me. But in that moment, I was just like, a lot of people be thinking that, because a lot of these people that feel like the only reason why you confident is because God protects you is because, these people that think like that, some of them don't understand that you walk through life. And there's some that do know you walk through life. But here's the point. You're more calm, reserved. You have emotional intelligence now, and you're developing it. You're not who you used to be. You're not the same that you were. And it's evident, specifically for people that know you, but people that really don't know you like that, all they see is what you are now. And they don't understand that you're that way now, but you've walked through life. Maybe you don't pop off no more, but you're used to. I know I did. But people that see me now, they don't understand. I've been there and done that. In other words, I've lived some life, and life has humbled me. I was thinking in terms of, I never being one to, be wicked or anything like that. I was not necessarily arrogant per se, but God have had to humble me, because I can remember going through some things where I was coming into understanding and knowledge, and I would see where people were. I was able to see, and I was just a little bit talking my little stuff, but I was kind of down talking people is what I was doing. This being several years now ago, because God humbled me. God was like, wait a minute, hold up, what? Wait, He was coming at me like that, and I'm like, yeah, so that got me in order. God chastised those He loved. He checked me. He convicted me. He got me straight. He humbled me. And so I'm saying all that to say, in that aspect, I'm the way that I am because God got me together. As far as popping off, God got me together there through life experiences. Going there wasn't good because it can turn into something not so great that I don't want. I don't want them kind of problems. I'm trying to live the straight and narrow. I want to be able to be free to do what it is I need to do. I don't need to have no charges and all that. And you know what I'm saying, kingdom people? And so I learned from that. You can relate. Many of you can relate to that. It ain't even worth it. So you know how to be cool, calm, collected. Don't even sweat it, because it ain't worth it anyway. And then you understand that that's designed to get you all messed up and mess up your life, or whatever it is. God has something for you to do. He has something, a calling and a purpose for you to live out. And so we ain't got time for all that. Not that He can't do it even with that, because God has a way of overriding all that, but we can avoid those things. And so we walk and we operate in maturity. We operate, again, in emotional intelligence. We don't get all sidetracked and all, because we grew up. When we was a child, we thought as a child. But we had, God grew us up, so we not doing that. And even as an adult, you have to mature and grow up. And so I was just kind of reflecting on that, and how, people who are the ones that come for you like that, kingdom people, they where they are and they gonna be where they are. They don't mature. They don't grow up. Prayerfully, some of them will. But what I'm saying is, for the most part, those kind of people that be ridiculing other people for where they are, or try to break them down for where they have, what they have become, those kind of people tend not to grow or develop. Furthermore, they lack confidence. That's why they running around trying to break other people that have confidence. That's why they running around trying to ridicule other people. One thing I never did was ridicule people. Now, will I say the facts of what it is if I need to for whatever reason? Yes, I do that today. But I'm not ridiculing nobody. I don't look down on nobody either. Even though I might call gutter-minded people gutter buckets if they have gutter ways. But that's just the truth. That's the facts. I'm not ridiculing them. I'm just saying what it is based on how they moving. I don't look down on people because they struggling and going through. That's part of life. As I said, if they ain't out here being wicked, they minding their business, they just trying to find their way. Hey, I encourage them. If I have anything to do with it, I'm understanding to it. I get it. But I'm not getting ready to ridicule nobody because they're going through a low place in their life. Point is, kingdom people, because you're that way, and even if you did do it at some point. I had a young lady not long ago tell me, Trish, I did used to be doing some wicked stuff. I did used to be doing some messed up stuff to people. I said, but you're not anymore. This young lady has given her life to Christ. So she's in a different place. And so, but to be able to own it and acknowledge that and repent from that and give your life over to God and live for Him, honey, that's a big deal. You see what I'm saying, kingdom people? Now, you're protected. She's protected now. Not that she wasn't before. She was. The very fact that she's in God's hands now, she's giving her life to God, mean that God was always there. He let her just go through her stuff. God does that with all of us, whatever it is for us. What I'm doing is making a point now to just say that when you just out here, when people are ridiculing you like that, it's because of who you are in God. Because as I've already said, don't nobody ridicule them when they go through it. Well, why do they see fit to ridicule us when we go through it, or when we were going through it? It's because God is with you. It's because God has His hand on you. He's anointing you for a purpose, for His purpose. He's protecting you. And now you have confidence in that protection, because you've lived through it. You live with His protection over you. You know it's there. He's shown Himself to you. And now what has happened is He's shown Himself to them as your protector. And they feel away. They feel like you are confident because God protects you. And the truth is, kingdom people, that is one of the reasons why you are confident. It is. But they feeling the way they in their feelings, as I already said, because they don't have that protection. They're not in God. They ain't even trying to live in His ways. Even if they fronting, faking, and shaking. Fronting, faking, and shaking ain't really doing it. Faking don't get it. You the real deal, kingdom people. And they know that. They know you the real deal. They understand that God protects you because you the real deal. And you are confident in that real deal, kingdom people. Kingdom people, they feel like you are confident because God protects you. And you are.